With so many folks commenting over the years that we seem to have figured it all out and are living the dream, we consider ourselves decidedly ordinary and fortunate while leading increasingly extraordinary lives. All that compelling this channel and our desire that others might be able to do better than we have, get started sooner, and benefit handsomely from a broader perspective on what life can be. Stepping firmly into the new millennium following our epic holiday week in the Rockies, we harbored an even greater resolve to do more and experience more in this brand new phase featured on our calendars. Equipped with a newly acquired and upgraded RV, we continued our travels both locally and beyond, traveling west to the Rockies as well as making good on establishing our Florida Keys lobstering event, a summer tradition. The raging .com sector at that same time compelled a couple job changes, the second one being a keeper and leading to the event that rocked the entire world on September 11th, 2001. Everyone knows where they were in those moments, knows those feelings of shock, sorrow, loss, and more, as if it was yesterday, changing each and every one of us, how we view the world, how we view our lives. Acknowledging that life does indeed go on, we all regrouped and re-engaged our collective lives back into school, work, and otherwise, getting back on track with all the activities involved. Our children were now in high school and middle school, respectively, engaging in sports both within and outside, creating a whole new level of rigor for the family calendar. In the same time frame, we suddenly had our next-door neighbors close their business and move to Colorado, opening a similar business in Breckenridge in combination with taking up residency in a new log cabin home nearby. Shocking as this was, it awakened us to just how bold and adventuresome they were, and most certainly must have set a notion in motion in our brains that would fester and play a role in a few short years. Having our first child graduate from high school gave us pause and cause to take stock of where we were and where we wanted to go, resulting in another one of those "you're going to think I'm crazy" moments with my wife floating the idea of downsizing, but in the more rigorous buy an old house, gut and completely renovate kind of way. 2 years later, we were in our newly renovated in-town bungalow, daughter closing in on her junior year at university, and our son soon to be an incoming college freshman, both children having been introduced to cruising the Caribbean as part of their high school graduation celebrations. Reflecting upon our renovation experience, we certainly benefited from all the skills from our prior new build and learned a whole lot more from this our first experience within the confines of an existing structure, all that soon to be collectively leveraged again in our future. With the residence duly downsized, it was time to upgrade the RV, this time moving up to a motorhome from the prior travel trailers, thinking the utilization would be increasing with the absence of children in our day-to-day lives and, perhaps, in the event we do something crazy like retire early or something. With life moving on, it's predictable that some reach their end as we were yet again confronted with a harsh reality of our mortality by the death of my mother-in-law following a lengthy bout of cancer. It was fortunate that her 3 daughters were at her side when she passed in her home. She was one who lived a modest life, not without pleasure, but harboring considerable regret, often advising my wife that we needed to live our lives while we were young and vital enough to do so. With children progressing to adulthood as we continued to adjust to our updated empty nest, things were moving along smoothly, and then, very suddenly, in mid-October 2008, I was involved in a broadside collision resulting in a shattered pelvis, 7 fractured ribs, punctured lung, and other injuries that were discovered later. A helicopter trip stationed me at the nearest trauma center where I was stabilized and situated in ICU for a few days prior to surgery. In the weeks following, as initially a hospital and subsequently a rehab center inpatient, there was a lot of time to reflect on a lot of things. I was fortunate to have maintained good health, which supported the rigors of recovery over the coming months, all that resulting in a return to work in the new year, with full recovery prior to June, just in time to head west in our motorhome and test out that recovery with some vigorous mountain hiking. Continuing on, we had been giving some consideration to the possibility of acquiring an income property and became more intentional in late 2010, closing on a fixer-upper situated in a quaint coastal town along the shore of Lake Michigan at the end of that year. At the same time, considering all that had occurred in the last decade, I was becoming increasingly wary of my career as I weighed so many of our life experiences and desired more. With all of that, I determined to leave my company in early 2011, half-heartedly entertaining replacement employment opportunities, while immersing myself completely in gutting and renovating the property we had just acquired, say nothing of assuring a well-executed wedding for our daughter, set to be married in mid-2011. On any other day, you'd call this a turning point. Our next video will feature a conversation that truly becomes life-altering. As always, we welcome your comments along with your liking and subscribing to our channel below as you await our next chapter recounting an event that would change our lives and direct our future. Thanks for watching.